Friday. What up, Justin? Coming off a huge night, at least for both of us and the entire Sportsline Early Edge crew. I got some beautiful Wimbledon action going on. Usually you see me looking at the other screen, I'm running numbers live. I'm also running numbers live, but I will be watching a tennis match very closely here that I have going on. So
I'm usually like tweeting or messing around with numbers. It's always something.
Yep. For sure. This match is great. If you're into tennis and want to watch Korda and Evans, I was just telling Justin, I firmly believe Korda will have a shot at being a world number one at some point in his career. At 20 years old, you watch this kid, like he does not show any emotion at all. He's incredibly calm. Like I want the live heart rate data, right? I am confident this kid's heart rate is 20 plus beats per minute lower than like his competition at all times, right? Absolutely, like totally composed. It's incredible to watch.
It's an important part of the game. I mean, you need to like have not only that like composure in terms of like your physical endurance, but also like tennis is mental. Tennis is almost all mental, and you have to, be able to suffer like losing points and losing a set or dropping a set and not getting defeated. It's a true game of momentum. It's a little chess-like too. There's a lot of strategy that goes into it. You sort of fine tune your game to what your opponent is or isn't doing. So, it looks like it's going to be a great match. Hopefully we can get a second set and notch that win. But we got a big day of baseball. There isn't any NBA today. We're sort of setting up. We got maybe like one or two more games. I have a Bucks and 6 ticket that I'm still holding. So, excited for that. I'm going to be on them in the next game. I think it's basically over. I think we saw what the Hawks really should have been like in game 4, in game 5. So nonetheless, let's get right to baseball. I mean, I gave out a couple plays on the early edge, but I figured we should just maybe run through the slate. I know I actually looked at the whole slate today. I don't normally get time to do that as much as I'd like to. I usually sort of look at certain games that catch my eye that look like it, and then I sort of investigate deeper and try to find a couple plays out of my numbers on top of that. So, but today I did the whole thing. So I guess we can just sort of dive right in, try to keep it a little brief today, but also touch base on every game.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Last comment on the NBA, I would like it to go to 7 games, to be honest with you. More games. DFS NBA showdown slates are just free money for the most part. So I love having more opportunity like that. So I'm not gonna be upset if it goes to 7. Also, Trey is 100% playing in the next game. So we will see what happens. But yes, Ryan in the chat knows what's up. If you're on the Discord server, you know what's up. More showdowns for sure. Always more showdowns.
It's pretty profitable.
Baseball. San Diego Padres on the road. Not a Great American Ballpark today. They are on the road at Philly.
Yeah.
Interesting one here. Did you have anything on this game? I don't think you did, right?
No, I didn't. And I wanted to wait, and I'm glad I did. My money would have gotten caught up on like void lines because I do believe that Yu Darvish is now starting.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Paddock, I believe, last night. And up until about, even when we did the live show today, that's who was supposed to go. So lines have been voided if you played early with pitchers. This is going to be one of the better pitching matchups we have all week. I mean, Wheeler is dealing. Yu Darvish is awesome. I'm probably maybe playing a first 5 under. This could legitimately be like 1-0. I couldn't tell you who.
Is Darvish starting or is it Paddock? I'm very confused. The sportsbooks are showing Paddock.
But like some places are showing Darvish, right?
Right. I frankly think the total is interesting either way. With Paddock or Wheeler at 8.5, I do like the under at 8.5 either way. I don't hate if your book is offering it still. It might be Paddock pitching, and Yu Darvish may not be pitching now.
I don't know which way is the truth. I've seen Paddock on my book for most of the day. Darvish is listed on action. I'm not really sure what to believe. But again, the only thing I'm betting is an under, if anything.
Right. What I'm getting at is like if we think it's possibly Darvish, maybe someone in the chat can give us some more info because I'm
looking it up
right here in tennis, all day, right? So if you know that it's Darvish, like William Hill right now is hanging 8.5. You can go grab the under 8.5 and not list pitchers on that one. Just play it as action. Because if If it's a situation like that where it's Darvish is pitching, that total is definitely going to be 8 or 7.5. All right, one more tennis update, and then I'll shut up about it. But it's the biggest point in the match for us, right? Corda is up 40 love, trying to break serve.
Ooh,
could go up 4-2. He's got 3 break points here. So anyway,
rather important. I'm sure you'll celebrate when you get it. Likelihood at this point, but yeah, I'm still seeing Paddock.
Okay.
You know, I think maybe a Zach Wheeler K prop could be in order. I'm not really sure what that's at. Let me see what my book is hanging. Again, I don't always really go by my book because it's usually closer to consensus than a specific book, but it's at 7.5 today. So, you know, I don't know if I'm running to that. It's kind of high. I'm not sure how the Padres have been. I'll look into it. But I mean, Wheeler has been that good this season. Like he's up there. So San Diego, not one of the teams that strikes out a lot. Or am I wrong? Yep. Yeah.
I like the under here. I'm going to go ahead and probably play it under 4 first 5. In this game, I think the worst case you're looking at a push in this one, but I really need some pitching information because under 8.5 just that doesn't make sense to me.
I agree.
I mean, I'm nowhere near that in the Sims. Like I'm like 7.3. Like I'm a full run under that.
Yeah, it should be a quiet one, is what I'm thinking, and you can trust Wheeler on that. I mean, he has just been that nice. I can pull up his numbers, but you know, everything is like red hot in terms of like his expected numbers. He's like top 10% in almost everything that you need to be. I don't think he's given up more than like 3 runs in any of his recent starts. I can't see there his game logs. So he gave up 3 runs against the Nationals and 2 runs against the Nationals. And those were the only 5 runs he gave up in all of June. I don't really know why he left that second one after 3 innings. But yeah, he's either going to be on and not let up anything over 4 or 5 innings, or he's going to like let up 3 or 4. So I don't know. I think I like the bet on Wheeler today. Probably go under the 4 runs in the first 5. Feels like a good lean. It's not like going to be an official play for me, but it's definitely on my sheet if I'm betting the board.
Yeah. I think that I must be my model must just be lower than others. I'm looking at some of the other stuff I have access to, and it looks like they have it about 8.2 runs. I'm all the way down to 7.3 on this one. Interesting.
I'm seeing 7.8 is as like a number that I from a couple models that I trust. So it's going to be, I think it leans towards the over naturally. And then you can also bet on Wheeler because he does sometimes just dominate. So, you know, I'm with it. Philly's offense can sometimes let you down too. And the Padres can get stifled by good pitching. They've shown that this year. So yeah, I think first 5 under is how to attack that game if you want to. I think I'm a little bitter about full games right now. You know, I had that Yankee game just destroy me. I woke up to a 7-run top of the 9th, right? And so yeah, I know I have a couple first 5 plays today for a bunch of the games that I'm even playing. Like I know I have my Braves -1.5. I also have them -1.5 on the run line or -0.5 on the run line for the first 5 because I just. You know, I'm getting kind of annoyed with bullpens here. And I think it's one of the hardest things to do in handicapping is to try to, you know, figure out if a bullpen is going to screw you or, you know, gift you a sweat-free win. It's just you're kind of rolling dice a little bit too much sometimes. So we try to, you know, solidify our edges wherever we can, right? You want to have the most concrete low variance bets you can. That's the whole idea.
Yep.
Seen some good questions. No runs first inning. Yeah, probably kind of heavy there. Honestly, if I had to guess, it's probably going to be juiced. Then also team total under. Again, Philly, no. Honestly, I'm going to say no because the Phillies bullpen is just god awful. And if anything, I'd say the moment that they come in, you go and you take the Padres team total live over. That's how I would play it. Because it's a whole different ball game. The moment Wheeler comes out, this team shifts from, you know, having an elite defensive arm on the mound to like, you know, college baseball levels. So. Right.
Yep. No, for me, it's first 5 under 4. Love that we have that push condition in there of 4. Frankly, it should be 3.5, but
it's even money too. So at
Oh,
my book
God.
at least. So you're
This tennis
getting
match
good
is
line.
frustrating, dude. We
And
broke
what's
that
it,
one.
deuce now? Oh,
No, we
and
broke
now he's
that
down on
game,
his
but
serve.
now he's about to get broken on his serve. It's 40-30.
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
that's how it goes. Run in this
Brutal.
first inning is even money. No run in the first inning is minus 130 on the book that I have. And that's probably pretty close to consensus. I'm not usually far off. But that sounds about right. Again, these are, these are decent offenses. You do have Bryce Harper likely coming up to bat third. It's just there's a reason that it's not super juiced on the yes or on the no. So yeah, I don't hate it, but again, the first 5 and then live betting the Padres team total over when Wheeler exits is how I would bet that one.
Yeah. All right. I think we can move on. I think that is a clear play. That's going to be a clear play for me. I'm playing it. I'm playing the under first 5.
Yep. I mean, we won't spend all that much time on games, but that one sort of has like a play that I could see happening. So I think we spend a little time. Sort of the same type of thing here, honestly, with the Brewers and the Pirates. I don't know if that's what you have next, but that's sort of, let me see. I know where you get your order from, so you can mentally prepare too. But that is the next one. Wow. Brewers, Pirates. So this is another interesting one where I think that, you have Brubaker on the mound here for the Pirates. And Hauser on the mound for the Brewers. And I think Brubaker's the better pitcher, but the Pirates are obviously a lot worse. I'd probably play the first 5 under here again, too.
Yeah, I'd have to see what the number is on that one. Let me see the number on the first 5. Because this
it's
game has got a lower total than the other. Yeah, it's 3.5.
Oh, no, it's also 4. I have 4.
Do you?
Yeah, I have 4. Might be able to get 4 in certain places, which is a big difference, right?
Yeah.
So
interesting. Yeah, I like the other one better personally, but
yes, I fully agree with that. But all right, again, not going to spend too long on that. Brewers are really hard to go against them on a full game or on a run line, even with the Pirates, even though they have a better pitcher. It very well could be Pirates today. There is good sharp money on the Pirates today. But yeah, it's hard to bet on the Pirates. Especially this isn't the best price either, right? Like because Brubaker's on the mound, they're only plus 106. So it's tough.
Yep. All right. What do you got
series
next? Oh yeah,
series,
definitely.
Right? Yeah.
Yankee Stadium.
Walker and Montgomery. Yeah. I kind of maybe want to try to go to a game. I'm not sure. But I might make it there this weekend. My July 4th pool party was canceled for some odd reason. So I have a little bit of extra time to work with. So say la vie, might go to a Yankee game. But I don't know. What do you think of this one?
I mean, I think it's interesting. Taijuan Walker is someone that we want to bet on to have some sort of normal regression.
Yeah.
If there's a spot that it happens, it's going to be in a big park shift and league shift, now facing a team with a designated hitter. So I'm on board with it there, but I don't have enough edge to play it. Like I think it's hard to fade him at that price still.
Yes.
I think that, the only thing that's maybe somewhat interesting, but we're late to the party is the under. It's already dropped a full run on it. Definitely missed the opportunity at 9.5. So, I mean, you can lean that way if you want to. I have nothing.
I think the Yankees win. I hate saying it. I hate saying it out loud. Because the moment I say it, they lose. But the numbers say that Montgomery is just a much better pitcher at home. I've actually seen him pitch at home twice this season. He does a lot better. I think, if you want to play them first 5 run line is probably how I would go about this one. I don't want the full game. You've watched Aroldis Chapman get shelled. I don't want the Mets bullpen is awful too. So it's like, pick your poison here today. It's going to be New York baseball on display. But the first 5 minus half a run, minus 105. I don't hate. Again, we've talked about Walker. His numbers are a little bit high. His BABIP, his balls, his batted ball, whatever it is, the
batted ball's
luck
in play.
indicator. Right. Yep. He's getting a little bit lucky this season. I think backing Montgomery isn't crazy, and you definitely don't want to be paying up for a Yankees money line. If they're winning, it's because their offense is doing what it's supposed to. So, yeah, I think if you're playing the Yankees at this point, you're playing them on run lines to cover. You're not really trying to win a one-run game with this team very much. So,
yeah. Yep. No, all I mentioned is, like I said, the under was the play at 9.5,
yes.
probably.
Yeah.
Pretty
First
friendly.
5 under 5.
Yeah, I don't hate the first 5 under either. As far as this point in the season, it's a pretty weather friendly for pitching.
Yes.
Only 69 degrees, 70 degrees maybe at first pitch. So definitely not going to be those 95-degree days that we had over the last month. So
crazy that you have the 2 games we've talked about already, right? Padres, Phillies, and Yankees, Mets, both have 8.5 total lines, but the Padres game is 4 in the first 5, and the Yankee game is 5. So like you don't see that level of discrepancy a lot, but there's a lot of respect for Wheeler and a lot of disrespect for the Phillies bullpen. So
definitely.
It's interesting to see that cooked in, but that's an interesting thing to see. But all right, next game on the slate, the Nationals and the Dodgers. This is, I mean, either Nationals or bust for me. To have Scherzer, beat the underdog today. I'm not playing it, but that's the thing, how you have to.
Yeah, no, if you want to play this game, there are 2 ways to do it. I think the Maestro Larry had one this morning. I believe he took Urias under on his strikeout prop. I kind of like that a little bit here.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I wish that Trey Turner was in this lineup. He did not play last night. He's not going to play today. That hurts the Nationals quite a bit against a left-handed pitcher in Urias. He's just such a threat. Even against a lefty on the base pass, that he does change things, provides a ton of protection for Soto. Just one of those things. But I do like a few of their bats here. I like the middle to bottom of this order, right? Everyone's going to be focused on Soto and Schwarber. I like Zimmerman, Gomes, Castro, Harrison, even Robles. Like I love that middle to bottom half of this order. If the Nationals get it done against Urias, that's going to be the part of the order that gets it done tonight, in my opinion. So
that's the part of the order they're going to need. Yeah.
I like the Nationals plus 110. It sucks without Trey Turner in there, but I'm more than willing to fade the Dodgers on the road in this spot.
If you don't mind paying juice and you're somebody who, routinely does this type of thing, you can take the home underdog run line here. It's not a bad play. Plus 1.5, minus 168. Again, it's steep, but that 1.5 on a game that's predicted to have 8 runs, that has 2 elite pitchers on it. Again, we're talking a little bit about how your Urias has been a little lately, like he's fallen off a bit. I don't hate that run line. Really, we have a question. Yankees team total over. Probably not a bad bet. They actually just had that, day off that no one was expecting yesterday. Can't really hurt. They were at home. They stay at home. This is kind of a big game. The Subway Series is a big deal. I mean, Mets fans have had a little bit more to talk about in recent years. Again, Walker should struggle facing 9 batters, no respite from the pitcher spot. I don't hate it. Yankees could, show him how lucky he has been getting, but I'm probably biased at this point.
Yeah. I don't understand this question. Harrison versus Taylor bases wise.
Who?
Chris Taylor, I'm guessing. You're asking who has more total bases? Yeah, it's not something I would bet.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't really focus on those too much. You're sort of,
That's why I was wondering who Taylor was, but I realized it's probably Chris Taylor on the Dodgers side. That makes sense.
It's probably a little too much variance betting total base matchups. But all right. And I don't really know. Again, you're getting into way too much there. Honestly, I think you sort of start to lose an edge and start really playing with a little bit of luck there. We try to, get a pretty good statistical position in terms of what we back. But next game, Rays and Jays. I didn't think there was a listed pitcher here for one of these teams for a while. I'm not sure if it's up. Oh, it's Patino and Manoah. Manoah's been throwing well.
Yeah. Total went up on this one. I didn't have it this morning because there was not a pitcher listed, so I didn't get to it early. It's got a little weather in this one, but total pass for me because I didn't simulate it this morning. So
Astros Indians.
Astros Indians. Yeah, this one is also interesting. The Astros finally get another lefty here
Yeah.
on the road. Love that about them there. I think that the only play really is also one that Larry gave out this morning, going to be the run line on the Astros. I believe it came back at -115. That's one where I feel comfortable with it still.
Yep.
Anything under -120 on that run line, I think is fine.
McCullers has been very consistent. He's been very consistent this year. Hentej, I don't really know how to say this guy's name. I believe he's a rookie. He's been just rough around the edges. I think he has more earned runs and innings pitched in the last couple starts, 3 starts that he's gone. It's pretty clearly going to be a Houston Astros play. This is definitely one that's like on my watch sheet. I tailed Larry. I had it even in before he said it, really. So,
yeah. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a team obviously will be stacking pretty heavily in daily fantasy as well.
Yes.
It's one where if you want to play the team total, I think it's fine. I do think it's one where we see a near, I say this, you could lean over on the game if you want, but wouldn't shock me at all if we see double-digit runs from the Astros in this particular game.
Yeah, I would agree. They're always a threat to do that, more so than any team right now. So, they're probably also kind of annoyed they got swept by the Orioles at home. So I wouldn't be shocked to see them sort of try to make up that ground. They are not dominating their division by any means. Every game still counts. We're like halfway through the season here. It's going to start heating up a little bit. These games are going to start to matter more and more. So wouldn't be shocked to see the Astros, win some big games by a lot of runs. But all right. Next one is Casey Mize and Lance Lynn for the White Sox and the Tigers. Lynn not as great at home. Away. Sorry. I believe his K walk ratio at home is 70 strikeouts to 15 walks. On the road, he has 20 strikeouts and 8 walks. Again, the innings, he does have less on the road, but we care more about that ratio, right? That's almost 5-1 at home, and it's like less than 3-1 away. So it's been a little rougher. His ERA, again, I'm not really going to worry about that because he got blown up by the Astros for 6 runs in one spot, and that totally has skewed his road ERA. But he's still like second or third for the Cy Young, Lance Lynn, in my opinion, with his buddy Rodon. Hard to bet on the Tigers here. I think it's got to be White Sox, probably on a run line.
Yes, I think the only way you can really back this for me is White Sox on the run line. I honestly thought I might
just dropped a Detroit run line pick.
Okay. I get it. You could definitely cover it there, but if they do cover it, it's going to be because they get 2 runs on Lynn early. First, second inning, first trip through the order, they get the 2 runs on Lynn, but not something I'm betting on there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mize is an overall number 1 pick, right?
I'm sorry, but I got to talk about this match. If you're watching this and bet it with me this morning, it is one of the most incredible matches we've seen at Wimbledon so far this year, right? So we just had 3 consecutive breaks of serve. Quarter broke, got broken back, and then just came back and broke again.
Wow.
If you watched the game or you watched this in the first set, they had 5 consecutive games where they held to love. And then, it was 5 straight games.
Yeah.
Not just held the love 5 consecutive games in the first set.
So 20 points in 5 games. They only played 20 points in 5 games.
Yes. And then came back, and now we just had 3 consecutive breaks of serve.
Not something you see every day. That transition is very interesting. And then again, that's why it's such a mental game, right? So very interesting. Hopefully we can notch a little bit of an early start here like we did yesterday. It's been a fun couple days. It's definitely been a good week to 2 weeks for the show right now for all of us. Everyone's kind of running hot. So
everyone. All right,
it's great.
Back to
baseball, except for the books. Yeah.
Cubs Reds. Is that what you got next?
Yep. That's what I have next. So Reds, Cubs. I'm actually going over here. This is one of my plays today. I got it at 9.5. I don't think it's moved much. Yeah, it's still just sitting there. Again, this is going to be interesting. Mills is pretty rough around the edges. You kind of want to, I don't hate the Reds team total over, if you want to fade him. Reds are favored for that reason. They should be able to get some runs. And then Sonny Gray, I just don't think he's going to last that long. We saw the Reds bullpen last night, which means, if they got to come in and pitch 5 innings, it might be a little thin. It might be a little shaky. Cubs are they're hurting. They need some runs. So this might be a spot where they can get some on a guy who's just coming back to pitch. I like the over. It's still Great American Ballpark. The ball should still get out of the park a couple times tonight. So hopefully,
I think the question marks obviously are Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, both listed as questionable for the Cubs. Obviously, we'd like one, if not both of them, to play. Their tags is the sharp side in the market. The Cubs are, which tells me one of two things: we're betting on Sonny Gray to not pitch really past the first trip through the order, or one of those two or both of them are going to come back. The market movement doesn't indicate that they're coming back yet necessarily, but it's one that I would not be shocked at all if we saw 15 cents of movement in the favor of the Cubs in the next 90 minutes, right? I think at least one of them plays, if not both.
All right. It should be a good one. We should get some scoring. You get your break?
Oh yeah, we got the set. 2-1 lead.
So that's it. You cashed. Nice.
Well, no, I have the money line.
Oh, you have the money line? I thought you took plus 1.5 sets.
No, that was Coach.
Oh,
Coach has plus 1.5 sets in the group chat, but I have plus 1. I have plus 110, and then I grabbed it again at plus 130. But yes,
nice.
So,
good luck. We need one more set.
We need one more set. I mentioned, to others to potentially play the plus 1.5, plus 2.5, or the over on the total games. But me personally, I have it on the money line, so I need to win the actual match. So, yep.
But all right. What else we got? I think it's starting to rain.
Marlins Braves.
Ooh, so that's my next play. So, like I said at the top of the show, this is going to be a little tough for Pedro Lopez. It's going to be. He's given up, I think, 10 runs in 2 starts to the Braves in his 2 appearances. He's much better at home. This is Truist Park. It's like one of the hardest places to pitch in baseball. Air density, even though we have not great hitting conditions on the East today, air density is still under 60 for Truist. That's just how it basically always is. Atlanta bats are hot. This pretty much should be a multiple run win for the Braves, and I think I like the odds we're getting here. Plus 160, plus 150 right now. It's not a bad line. Smiley is he's been a lot better. I think there is definitely some money on him to sort of regress here a bit. 2.84 ERA for the last 3 or 4 starts versus 4 and 3 in the months prior. But I still think the odds are in our favor in terms of playing it this way, right? Of course, the Braves could lose this game, but the fact of the matter is the way I'm seeing it is that if they're going to be winning it, it's not going to be a 1-run game, which again, we win a lot more if we get it right. Right. And so why not take a large underdog and back this hot team that was able to score on Grom, that's able to score 20 runs the night before. So they've been hot. They're hot. So I'm on the Braves.
Yeah, I think obviously the question mark is Acuna not playing probably is not helpful.
I'm not sure it's not great, but they didn't matter yesterday.
He still questionable.
Bat. Yeah, he took an at bat last night. So, that does bode well. And even if he takes one at bat, it's still pretty valuable.
Oh, yeah. He's going to pinch hit if he doesn't play. There's no doubt about that. It's one of those situations where if it was an American League team or American League park, he's the designated hitter easily in this situation. Yeah. So he's going to hit. He's going to hit.
Right, a couple more.
Yeah. Roy, you already hit the next one's another game you have.
Yeah, I know. They're all
Royals
right here.
Twins?
So Royals Twins. I'm fading J.A. Happ. I think you gotta. It's almost like Matt Harvey at some level. He's so bad away from home. This is a really tough place to pitch. Again, pitching in Kansas City. It's gonna be. I went first 5 money line. Someone asked me about run line on Twitter. I don't hate it, but it's still the Royals. If there's anyone who could just bumble around and not put up anything, it's going to be them or it could be tied. And I'm not sort of adverse to playing this one with the 10-cent fee that I got it at this morning rather than like that 10 cents extra if I win. I'd rather be a little safer and keep my push condition for 10 cents rather than win 10 cents more. I'd rather, take a larger chunk of the pie for a little less money and hopefully notch a win or at least push. We'll see. I think it's a good bet though.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think that what's the total up to now at this point? Where's
10.
that? 10. Yeah, it's right where I have it. I have 10.2. I was hoping somehow that
it'll go under probably.
Yeah, probably. We'll see though. I don't really have any other thoughts on it other than I am right there with you on it.
Yeah, doesn't need too much talking about.
Yeah.
Orioles, Angels. This is another one where you can pick on a pitcher. Aiken has not been great. I don't know. I think this is a tough spot for them. They're traveling to Los Angeles. They were in Houston. I'm not sure. I don't think they played yesterday, actually. Excuse me. So maybe it's not that bad. But traveling's still tough. Being on the road still tough. Aiken, really nothing to write home about. There's a reason that the Angels, who are also nothing that great, are minus 177 today. Run line, if you got to do it, if you really want to fade them, I don't think you're paying the juice to take a team that has swept the Houston Astros. I'd be a little worried about that. But yeah, run line. It's a run line day for either of these teams. If you want to play it, I'm not expecting a 1-run game. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. The total is very interesting on this one in the first 5. It's up to 5.5 on the first 5 innings. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That is.
Yeah. I mean, they're expecting Aiken to basically get shelled. So, and Canning hasn't been all that great either. I mean, he's probably league average, but what's the Angels team total at? Angels is 5.5. Orioles is 4.5. And if you go over on the Orioles, you get some plus money. Don't hate that one. Contrarian over again. Orioles have been hitting well. I saw a stat. Was it Mancini or Mullins? But one of them has like 14 home runs, and it'd be like 23 home runs if you played at Yankee Stadium or something. It's just everything in baseball is so situational to field, weather, everything. So sometimes you want to look at things and bring them back to like what they would be in an average scenario in order to evaluate players. And that's what we're able to do now with statistics, which is pretty cool. But onward, Mike, you are touching this next game. Or wait, do we miss one?
We missed Colorado. Yeah, we missed Cardinals Rockies. Do you have any thoughts on this one?
Man, 12.5 total. It's gone up today. That's nuts. It's probably going to even get to 13. It's 12.5 minus 120. Man, if this gets to 13, you can take the under. Like it's just.
I disagree. I'll bet
really?
you on it right now. Well, I'm just saying. I have 13.2 in the median number in the Sims.
I mean,
Oviedo is going to get absolutely destroyed in this environment.
You say that, but like this is exactly the scenario where you're going to sit there and you still have like a decent chance of cashing this. I don't know. The Rockies can be subpar sometimes, even at home. All right, you want to put $100 on it? I'll take if it gets to I want it at 13 though. I want it at 13, so I'm not taking it at 12.5.
Okay, we'll talk later if it gets to 13, but obviously the point is me to have my edge on it, which is where the edge is at 12.
Right. I know. That's what I was saying. Like if it gets to 13, I definitely like the under. I don't know if I played at 12.5. 13 is just like a little egregious. It's probably the highest total we've seen all year for course. I don't think it's been past 13 yet. So, or even
I mean, it's got, you want me to do my little, it's got this written all over it that I did twice yesterday successfully.
Sure.
This one has 7-6 written all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I like the first 5 over, honestly, is I think how I would play it if you really wanted to do it. 5.5 is where it was this morning. I don't think you can get, it's at 7 now. I think I might have even personally grabbed it this morning. Let me check my sheet. I think all
I have to say is if you like the under 12.5 or the under 13, play the under 7 in the first 5. That's coming back at plus 100 now. You have to make that play if you really like the under 13, in my opinion.
Did I play this? I thought I touched it for a small Nope, it was already 7. Jeez, I don't know if it was ever 5.5. It probably wasn't. But this is either going to be like the craziest game, just like everything flying everywhere, one that you're just going to want to watch because it's just going to be a great time, like 18 runs on the board, or it's going to be like 3-1 and you're going to be like, what the hell? Because like these Cardinals can fall flat. They just can't. And I don't care where they are. We've seen it all year. They are just not what everyone makes them out to be. But yeah, if anything, I'm taking the Rockies. I think the Rockies win. I don't trust Oviedo at all. I trust Chi-Chi to get out of trouble in this building more than I trust anyone from the St. Louis Cardinals.
Fair. You want to hit my next game? That's the one.
Yeah,
the
go
only
ahead.
Baseball game I have a play on today.
Yeah, actually, this is like one when I was handicapping it, I was like, oh goodness, I don't know how to do this one. I mean, Rodriguez is a hard pitcher to handicap. Montas has been either great or not good at all. Like he's hot or cold. So I'm this is a spot where this Boston Red Sox offense could get to him. My guess is that's kind of why you're on it, but I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, they should be able to get to him, but a lot of it is betting on Rodriguez. Major positive regression candidate, kind of like Luis Castillo has been a regression candidate, from struggling early in the season. The expected data says he's not as bad as he has performed. Same story with Rodriguez. Now you put him in one of probably the best pitching environment in the American League. Maybe you could argue Tampa Bay is a little better, but this is the best pitching environment in a night game like this with still have the elements of outside. This is the best pitching environment that he will see in an American League game. So I like it a lot of free outs to be had in this pitching environment overall. So stop me if you've heard this before, but we've got a good 15 cents of line movement on my run line play. What could go wrong?
Shocking.
Right. So I played it -1.5 plus 155 this morning. They were sitting at basically even money. They're now -115 to -121. And that run line's come down to +140. Not terribly surprising to me. Obviously, I like the +155. I got a lot better. So yeah, I'm mentally prepared to lose this one for sure. That's typically what happens late in the week.
Yep.
Get that great value in the market and then just get absolutely destroyed. But I like it. Like I said, just betting on some of that regression for Rodriguez. If it comes at all, this is where it will come.
Yep. I agree. I tailed you with it.
Hey,
Chief likes it too, man. I mean, he's all over it. He understands that it's a good play. He just wants to let everyone know it's okay. But all right, a couple more games left. Giants, Diamondbacks. I know Zach Gallen is pitching for the Diamondbacks today. He's not exactly going to go deep in this game. I think that means you can maybe take the Giants team total over. I don't really trust Alex Wood though. But I guess you could. I'm not paying the juice for the money line. Is what I'm saying. Like I don't really understand how they lost last night. I think there was like 8 runs in the first 5 innings and they couldn't get over 9. They couldn't get over the 8.5 mark and the under cashed after like 5 scoreless innings to finish the game or something. So that's kind of tilting, but that's why you don't bet, Diamondback totals. You never know what you're going to get here. Mostly a stay away for me.
Yeah. It's pretty much to stay away from me. Fortunately, I was able to stay away from it last night. I had that lean on the over, but I didn't, end up making it a player.
That's a mean one. You hate when that happens, when you have like the first 5 over cashes easily, but the full game stays under. It's annoying.
Yep. I was just typing in the chat to answer the question. Yeah, no worries. But the question was about the Red Sox. I like the Red Sox. Yes. I played -1.5 plus 155. You're not going to be able to get that number anymore. It's going to be +140. Maybe DraftKings has +150. I'm not sure where they're at, but Chief, that's enough.
We got one more game. Let's just get through it. I know he just misses you. Final game of the night is the Rangers and the Mariners. Again, this is Kyle Gibson today. Nope. I like the Rangers. If you're going to take a side, I don't hate taking them. They've been batting a lot better the last couple of weeks. Mariners are traveling home from the East Coast. It's not an easy spot. So I don't hate the Rangers here. I don't hate backing Gibson, who's arguably a top 5 arm in the American League right now.
I tend to agree with you. Just like the Rodriguez situation going to Oakland, moving from Texas to the Seattle park, it's very, very good pitching environment for him. Other team, you just mentioned the travel. So yeah.
I mean, I don't think the Yankees are in any position to go out and get him because he's not going to help their problems. The Yankees shouldn't go after a ring this year. They're obviously going to fall flat if they do. Let someone else mortgage their future for Kyle Gibson, please. Like, God, let's go to next year. But all right, I mean, that's the slate. Again, I got a couple plays on Sportsline. The one that isn't is on my Instagram. But it's the Royals money line. If you're here, first 5 money line Royals, you can just know that. But I was very proud of the stupid little way that I put on my Instagram story. So, but yeah, it's Friday, so I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. We will be back again next week, Tuesday and Thursday at 12:30, and then the week after that, we're probably off because I will be on the beach. So yeah, see you guys Tuesday and Thursday, and of course on the early edge most of the week.
It is interesting that you take vacations like every 12 days. Is that kind of the pattern?
I don't think I'd taken a vacation in like years, and I went away for a weekend and I only took 1 day off of the show. So
I'm just messing with you. I've been going somewhere.
I know you are. But I can't wait till people are like, is Justin dead? He hasn't posted a pic in like 5 days. Like, no, I'm going to be just fine. But yeah, we'll be here for Tuesday, Thursday next week. We're on the early edge all the time. Always catch up with us on Twitter, on Instagram. And we'll see you soon.